Want to retire on real estate? It starts with one smart move. Whether you dream of owning 5 doors or 50, today I'm going to show you how to build your real estate portfolio the right way, step by step. Hi, I'm LJ Aguinaga with LJ Realties in Montreal. I bought my first property when I was 21 years old, and now, years later, I own over 15 multifamily properties and manage more than 220 doors through my property management company, Doctor. I've worked with hundreds of buyers and investors, and I can tell you this. Building a portfolio isn't just about buying property. It's about strategy. The right plan, diligently put into action, will allow you to build a solid foundation you can retire on. Before we go too far, I want to give a big thank you to Club Atwater for hosting us today. Whether you're looking for fitness, squash, pickleball, badminton, or simply a vibrant social community in the heart of Montreal, Club Atwater is where it's at. Don't forget to consider them for your next big event. Check them out at clubatwater.ca. I've personally been a member here since 2022, and I absolutely love it. Feel free to drop in and catch me here at least 3 times a week. Without further ado, let's dive into how to build a real estate portfolio from scratch. The first step is to define your goals. Before you buy anything, you need to be clear on your why. Are you looking for cash flow to supplement your income, or are you planning to retire early? Is your goal appreciation, or are you focused on building passive income? All these things are going to play a major role on what we do next. You can't truly dedicate yourself to something unless you understand why you're doing it. It's not always roses and butterflies, so you need to be clear on your why in order to overcome the difficult times. Knowing this will shape every decision you make, from what to buy to when to buy it and where to buy it. Write down your goal and timeline. That's your roadmap. Did you know that research has shown that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them? That number goes up even more if you refer to your goals every single day. If you're still struggling to come up with your goals or vision, check out the book Vivid Vision by Cameron Herold. This book should help you craft a clearly defined vision. Great, now you have your clear vision. Let's move on to step 2. Most people think that you need to start big. You don't. A duplex, triplex, or even a small condo can be the perfect entry point. House hacking, living in one unit and renting out the other, is one of the smartest ways to build equity while keeping costs down. Pick something manageable. Focus on location, condition, and rental potential. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just has to be profitable. Or there has to be a road to profitability in the next 12 months. Some of the best deals I ever bought weren't profitable when I purchased them. Instead, I had a plan to make them profitable through optimization. Again, having a clear vision will help you decide which type of properties to buy first. Next, you have the waiting part. In real estate, when you're optimizing a property, it feels like you're always waiting for something. Sometimes it's waiting for tenants to move out. Other times it's waiting on permits from the city. And sometimes it's just waiting for interest rates to drop in order to make your property more profitable. Once you own your first property, let time do the work. Every mortgage payment builds equity. If the market appreciates and you've chosen wisely, you'll build additional value. Down the road, you can refinance your property, pulling out the equity to buy your next one. This is how portfolios grow, not by saving forever, but by using what you already own. It's the compounding effect working for you, not against you. Before I knew what the BRRRR method was, buy, renovate, rent, refinance, repeat, I used to call it the rinse and repeat method. We don't have access to unlimited funds, so we have to use our dollars wisely to get the most out of them. Next, growing a real estate portfolio is simple, but it's not easy. It requires the patience of a saint in order to avoid shooting yourself in the foot. Don't just buy to buy. Watch the market. Is now the right time to buy, or should you wait and save? Are interest rates favorable? Is there a growing neighborhood with upside potential? Do I know of a distressed seller that could give me a good deal on a property? Also, think about diversification. Mix of property types, short-term versus long-term rentals, urban versus suburban, and always run your numbers. Passive income doesn't mean careless income. In order for it to be truly passive income, you'll need to hire a property manager. They take care of everything while you receive bank deposits. Check out my company Doctor if you're looking for property management services. Our new website is up and running. It's awesome. The link is plexdr.com. Now, let's shift the conversation over to common mistakes to avoid. First, over-leveraging yourself too early. Look, leverage is a great tool, but it's also a very dangerous tool. You need to be very careful whenever you use leverage. Some high earners have access to lines of credit and want to finance 100% of a purchase. While this is doable, assuming you can show proof of funds in other investments, it's also very risky. If the investment goes belly up and you've given a personal guarantee, you're about to lose it all. Next, not screening tenants properly. Look, I'm a big believer in gut feelings when it comes to new tenants, but I'm an even bigger believer in the expression trust but verify. Just because someone shows up dressed well in a nice car doesn't mean they're not about to take you for a financial ride. Make sure you do as much due diligence as possible. Even with that, you may end up with a few bad apples, but at least you can sleep easy at night knowing that you tried your best and took the appropriate steps to limit your risk. Up next, understanding repair costs. Construction prices have changed a lot over the last few years. I met with a client last month and they mentioned they built a 3-story extension for $350,000. I almost fell off of my chair. The same job today would be at least double that. This same person still had a new bathroom costing $10,000 in their heads, when in reality, they're closer to $30,000. I can't stress this enough. Make sure to do your due diligence and get quotes for the work that you want to get done. Next, not setting aside reserves for emergencies. Look, as scary as this sounds, emergencies happen, and you'll need to be prepared for them. Having cash on hand is always the best choice, but at very least, make sure you have access to a line of credit if necessary. A poorly timed emergency should not lead you to financial ruin. Finally, getting too emotionally attached to your property. When buying investment properties, we don't use our hearts, we use our spreadsheets. We can only pay as much as our pro forma will allow us to. If you know you're an emotional shopper, remind yourself that you won't be living in this property and that you have to put your landlord hat on, not your home buyer hat. You're not buying a dream home, you're building a business. You need to treat it that way. Lastly, when building your real estate portfolio, you need to learn how to manage your property. This is the part most people overlook. Even one rental comes with responsibility. You need a system for collecting rent, a trusted handyman or contractor, a process for handling tenant communications and emergencies. Whether you self-manage or hire someone like the Plex Doctor to help, the key is staying organized and proactive. A well-run property will help you scale. A poorly run one will burn you out. So, what does your ideal real estate portfolio look like? 1 triplex, 5 doors, a dozen units across the island? Whatever your goal is, start with one smart move. And if you need help building your real estate roadmap, I'm here to help. Drop your questions in the comments, book a call using the link below, and don't forget to subscribe for more investment tips. Let's build something big together. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.